Hi, welcome to Story of the Blues. My name is Tommy Oldham and here is my take on all things Oldham Athletic. Hello, and today we face Chesterfield, one of the more eagerly awaited fixtures amongst our fan base. We've had some cracking games with Chesterfield over the years. I can remember the games in the JPT many years back under Paul Dickoff. I can also remember them having that keeper, that Tommy Lee, who used to have his best performance of the season always against us. And who can remember our last two away visits, Peter Clark's winner and Green's last year. Obviously, Chesterfield last season were playoff finalists, and so far this year, they've started the season well. They're currently the only team in the National League who have a 100% record, having beaten Dorking 4-3, Fylde away 4-2 and Oxford City away 2-1. However, the three teams they've beaten are not what would you call necessarily majorly great teams. Obviously, we go there not in the best form, currently in 17th place. Now, on paper, a point would do. A point would be a bad result, but I'd like to think with the team we've got, and if we really are serious about pushing for automatic promotion or the bare minimum playoffs, we're going to go for this game. We're going to go right at them, and we're going to try and win this. Last year, when they played at Bangor Park, Chesterfield were up there with Wrexham not scouting. To be fair, looked a good team, but they clearly fizzled out. Now, no way are they in the same league as Wrexham at the moment. Yeah, they've got no playoff hangover, and that's surprising because a lot of teams who are losing the playoffs often struggle and they hit the ball rolling fast. But once a couple of teams take points off them, I'm sure we'll see them drop a few places. And this is why we need to have our heads switched on tomorrow. We need to think, okay, live on cameras, live on TV, let's repeat what we did against Aldershot. Obviously, tougher opposition, but let's really go for it. Let's really take the game to them. Let's really challenge them. Obviously, there'll be a good following. There's, by all accounts, over 1,300 tickets sold. Shame it will win on Tuesday. Would have took more. So obviously, the rest of the people, it's on TNT Sports. I hope we put up an entertaining performance. It'd be good to see us again get a response. Tuesday was disappointing, it was frustrating, but we just got to move on from it now. Hopefully, once we're full of luck to do a day, and we'll put right what went wrong. This will not certainly be an easy game. It may even be a 1-0 win. But, as we've shown in the past, expect the unexpected with Oldham. My worry is, we've had a few good results there recently, after a while where we've struggled. I'm hoping that tomorrow we can make it a third win on the bounce at their new stadium. Well, it's not a new stadium, it's over 10 years old, but I still remember the old Saltgate. I'm on the coach for this one. Hopefully we'll have time for a pre-match pint beforehand when we get there, but sorry on the Wrexham we didn't, so it depends on traffic. But an army of blue and tangerine singing their hearts out. Hopefully back to winning ways tomorrow. Well, an away day, an away day breakfast, and just to piss off Dave Finnegan and Wellesley, two of my biggest fans. Yes, I've got brown sauce and tomato ketchup together. Obviously, we've been linked this week with a player called James Tunnicliffe now. We'll add some stick on Twitter because I said he'd be a great addition to the side, brings experience, encourages young players to come along, and also the less experienced players. A lot of people saying, oh, but young players aren't at the club. Yes, they may be out on loan, but the club still works with these players. They still come back to Latics, they still do checks on them, training with them. End of the day, Tunnicliffe is that sort of player we needed in that Halifax game. Someone to take the game to him, take the game by the scruff of the neck, someone to go at him. Obviously, we've been told that we need to get rid of a few players. I can still see Rooney possibly maybe talk to someone, Hope maybe go in to make way for him, but he isn't a bad player. The second sort of stick I've took this week is because I mentioned about automatic promotion. Okay, Halifax and Southend got work to do. Aldershot showed on the day what we can do. I'm choosing to throw the towel in after 3 games. Come on, it's 3 games. We've not even played 4 games. There's going to be plenty of twists and plenty of changes. And that's why it's important we beat Chesterfield, stay in their winning runs. The longer they win and keep this 100% record, the more confident they get. And other teams are looking and think, hang on, they'll get wary of them. So let's literally throw the throttle at them today and get there. If we get Tunnicliffe in, fantastic addition. If not, make do with what we've got. We have got a big squad, and there's plenty of options there for Unsworth.
We'll face the forward goal. We'll keep the blue flag flying high. Flying high up in the sky. We'll keep the blue flag flying high.
Chesterfield away. Come on, Oldham.
Ali's ready, come on man, Ali's the blue flag flying high. Blues, an Oldham win, City lose, oh. You got me singing the blues, singing the blues. Oldham boys singing the blues, an Oldham win, City lose, oh. You got me singing the blues.
Half-time, 0-0, they probably the best chance they have, very good chance. First 15 or so, we push the press, last 20 minutes, no urgency, no pace, just slow down there in the battles. Big improvement in the second half, we're going to get something. But overall, not too bad, just that urgency, that push up forward. Oh, just fuck off.
face up on my ass, I go out to jail, it's got a point. Another game, it's another game, it's Sunday. Roll on next week.
It's the Oldham boys, making Oldham noise everywhere we go.
Now the game itself, first half I don't think we were too bad. We had a couple of chances, we seemed to go at them, but towards the end of the first half we sat back. Second half we're non-existent, and it's frustrating because that was Gunsworth's game plan. Frustrate them, keep the ball, catch on a break, which we did, but at times we just had nothing in midfield. I thought when Garner come on, he made a big difference, and that was shown by the way it was his shot that was set up for a goal, and Sharon played it out wide. I thought Kitchen had a good game. Norwood put himself about. A couple of times I wish he just shot first rather than trying to be fancy, but to be fair, he got the goal. You can tell what he brings to the team, but a point's not the end of the world. We did get out of jail. I'm not going to say smash and grab because I said that had we won, and in there I'm not going to complain. Maybe now that's a chance for us to build, and he always seems to have this when the pressure's on. He gets that result. Torquay last season, Maidstone last season at home, when games and people went, oh he's going, but he didn't. He got the result. Obviously we now need to look towards Boreham Wood. We need to build on this. It's ended Chesterfield's 100% record and they're no longer top, which I'm hoping will give the rest of the league a boost. From what I saw, Chesterfield played alright, they had a couple of chances, but they did not look impressive to me. They didn't look like a Wrexham or a Notts County, and to be fair, but I don't think Hudson was really that busy, but it was more, I think, the manner of the performance, the fact we were just sitting back despite the fact setting up 4-3-3. I thought Willoughby was alright in the second half. I think people were getting on his back, it's his first game, it's going to take a couple of games. To his credit, Unsworth, he'd not set up to attack, it would have been like, oh we're playing for a draw, which is fair. It started up like that towards the end of the first half anyway. A lot's been said about Frank Rothwell being in the crowd on Saturday. Frank is often in the way end, Yeovil away last year being a good example. Frank has done wonders for this club. He's not just bought a club, he's given us a big lift. Now Frank is not your average chairman, if you want to call it that. He's a character, he's a lively soul, and he's always made it clear he's leaving the business, the football side of the things to the Royals. And Frank has really embraced this club. If you'd seen him at half time, as usual, fans were having photos, talking to him. Rather than a chairman like Frank, he wants to talk with fans, he wants to engage, he wants to listen to what fans say. Frank actually travelled down on one of the pub coaches, him and his partner. How many chairmen would do that? Remember the previous chairman who could barely get a word out of, or hid behind TV screens, or did everything he could to have a go at fans. We haven't got that in Frank. Now don't get me wrong, some people said, oh, we shouldn't have been in the crowd on Saturday, or he shouldn't have put himself in that scenario. That's bollocks. The same people saying that are the same fans who are saying, oh, look at the limbs had we won. Frank's in the crowd, Frank's in the crowd. Frank's got every right to stand with the fans. Maybe he wasn't aware of the toxicity that was building up, and maybe it could be discussed, maybe like for example Rochdale away, standing in a part of the ground, maybe away from the singers. But the thing is, Frank can't be out, that fans want to be around him. Like I said, he's given this club a massive lift. He's brought the Oldham back in Oldham Athletic. The amount of money he's invested in the club. Personally, the two lads having a go, I do know one of them, and to be fair, I actually had a heated discussion with him myself at half time on football. I don't think they're nasty to Frank, I just think it was more anger and frustration happening on the moment. Personally, myself, if I were the club, I'd be saying to the two lads, right, come on, let's have a meeting, sit down and let them express their frustrations in person, face to face. And we know most of it's aimed at the manager, but to be fair, like I said, Frank has left the football inside, the businessman inside, to the Royals. Now there's two sorts of away days. There's the ones on Saturday, the local games like Chesterfield, your Halifaxes, New Yorks, where we're going to take 2,000 to 3,000 fans. And then you're going to be like your Boreham Woods and Bromleys on Saturday, where there'll be more like 300, 400, 500, and you'll see the different sort of, it's like Yeovil away last year, where again when Frank was happily having beers at half time talking to fans. I just think people just cut in that little bit slack, and I think after this week it will be that little bit more wary, which you shouldn't have to be, because the guy's a hero. Just like when his son was queuing up for drinks at half time at Hyde, he should have been sent straight to the front of the queue for the things they've done for Athletics. Anyway, keep wearing that flat cap, Frank, and just remember, the majority of us are behind you. Don't get me wrong though, it doesn't mean that the board are not immune from criticism. It's just different from just giving out downright abuse for no reason needed. Obviously, sometimes you have to be critical because in time the board will make bad decisions or wrong decisions, but thankfully this board we've got now, compared to the previous one, seems to be putting things on the right track. A lot's been said about the doing of not all. Well, as you can see now, there's a video that I'm going to share with you. Listen to it carefully. I'm not one, I don't like the booing of players, just personally writing them off before them. If you look at that video, it's only a small minority. The majority of that are when they're clapping him, and again, it wasn't his best game Saturday, but it certainly wasn't his worst. And first half he weren't too bad, and I just think sometimes we're like that boo boy at Athletics, we're too easy to get on players' cases. That's the problem, and people don't realise it's players talk to other players at other clubs. I know it's frustrating, it's annoying, and believe me, if a player really was bad or really wasn't trying, then yeah, let your feelings know, but not just for the sake of having a personal vendetta against them. So obviously, a lot's been said about my video I shared on social media and on YouTube about the pitch invasion. So on Twitter I used the words great scenes. Now let me explain to you. When I did that video, I wasn't aware of the people being assaulted or the fighting on the pitch. Again, I was celebrating like everyone else. I was living the moment. Don't forget, a lot of the fans who went on the pitch was more spur of the moment, euphoria. Had we not scored that goal, it's going to be toxic, it's going to be all into a foul wash. It would have been like Cruelway or Harrogate, just booze, nasty toxicity, people shouting nasty gestures, but we didn't, because we scored that goal out of the blue. It gave everyone a lift. That's why limbs went everywhere, that's why people were celebrating, that's why people went mental. Millie Flanagan summed it up on Twitter. There's nothing wrong with having that spur of the moment, that jumping on the pitch, yeah, that cheering, waving your hands, celebrating. But being a dickhead's different, and if you did assault the keeper, you deserve what to get into two idiots fighting. Don't get me wrong, if I'd have been a Chesterfield fan, I'd have been annoyed at last minute goal. And yeah, I probably would have thought it's a bit cringe-worthy, but when it happens, you're down as a away fan, sometimes excitement gets the better of you. That's the thing. Obviously, like this, we are probably going to get fined, and the downside it could result in tighter restrictions and stuff. But these things sometimes happen in football, and hopefully, that moment now is a game-changing moment where our season will turn around now. A key moment. Wow, a lot more in this video than I first anticipated for this game. I thought it literally was just going to be a short one. I've had to leave so much out because otherwise it would go on far too long. But as you can see, I've put little snippets, little shorts on YouTube, and I'm going to use that throughout the season at times, maybe when it's quiet, I've not got a lot of content. So Boreham Wood on Saturday, and as it stands, unfortunately, I can't attend that game. So unless I have a drastic change of circumstances, my next game will be Solihull at home. Don't remember, it is a bank holiday weekend coming up, so it's a double header. Ideally, I want 6 points, but I would take 4 points from this game and the Solihull on Monday. So keep well, people. Enjoy yourself. Keep supporting the Blues. I'm Tommy Oldham, and I'll see you all on the terraces. Come on, Oldham.